it's a very important and critical subject when it comes to rooftop particularly. See, there are two components in that. When in the materials, we should think in the rooftop, is it a selection of components or is it design of components? The market has become such a manner that it is like a supermarket nowadays. You select the components is available, it is like pick and choose so many other components. But still, we have lot of options available, lot of variables available, and hence making a design becomes very critical and very customized and specific. In my experience of last 18 years in solar field, I think each one I have seen is different. I think that says the volume that why design or component selection becomes important. Many times the quality and safety is taught in the front line, but when it comes to pricing decisions, they will be on the back burner. So with these constraints, if somebody has to select a component or design a component, there are certain variables which we have to see, which I will take the variability available in the material part, and the other presenter, since he is the designer, I will allow him for the designing criticality of the components. Before that, I will just touch upon the organization. I am heading the rooftop distributed solar division of Sterling and Wilson Solar Solutions. It is a Shapoorji Pallonji group company with 150 years of experience and then headquartered in Mumbai, 45 countries with lot of business areas. One of them is energy. Under that, renewable energy wing of Shapoorji Pallonji is Sterling Wilson Solar. Sterling Wilson Solar started in 2011. It's solar operations. I don't know many things visible. Okay. 2011, we are in solar industry right from we are right now with around 6.5 we are 183 solar power projects completed. We are present in our and we have around 1,200 solar professionals. O&M of 52 systems are running. World's largest EPC from 2018 with the world market share of 4.6% and Indian market share of 16%. Our present with the branches, offices, and systems. This is our portfolio of 183 projects. We stand this. So I'm just running through for the paucity of time. Under such a big umbrella, we also have a smaller wing which I head, which is called solar rooftop and everything. Since last 3 years, we have started concentrating on the rooftop business. It's not just rooftop; it's also distributed and any other special mounting solutions we take. We have turnkey undertakings. And a lot of the capacity bifurcation is also there. We take O&M. We have dedicated planning and execution teams for this wing, and we have dedicated design teams. This is about that. And the rooftop systems invariably has grid connect systems, the sheet mounted or elevated ground mounted systems, sometimes also referred as roofs, and building integrated, and whether it is LT or ST evacuation, off grid, that is with battery, mini grid and microgrid also capabilities are. Typically, the system components, everyone in the solar knows it is module and module mounting structure, cables, inverter, miscellaneous BOS or the interconnectors, and ultimately ending of this thing is the ACDB or LT panel. I will take the 4 of these critical items, which is module, structure, inverter, and LT panel. So I will tell what are all the variables and what are the things which are available for the designer to make his options. When it comes to module, we have the module gets the options of whether it is polycrystalline. Within that, now the latest technology of PERC, and then monocrystalline, that also in that it is PERC and bifacial thin films. These are options available. And there are many other different types of modules available with some different architecture, but in rooftop predominantly these things. Otherwise, they will become special applications. Under the construction of modules, it can be a glass plus opaque plus backsheet, which we normally see, or it can be a glass to glass with clear Tedlar. With there is one photo on the left side which you can see with aluminium or PVC framing, or it can be frameless. The variabilities are, it can be either number of cells with 60 cell or 72 cells, which define the output voltage, and the wattage rating, it can be from 330 to 500 watt peak nowadays. And glass thickness, it is 3.23 mm. I think in some cases even 2.2 mm is also there. Glass thickness, double glass, frame sizes, but length, breadth, and height. These are variabilities I am telling because these are very much clearly to be identified before we start with any of the system design. Frame size LB, H, because it depends on the structure. Even H, the height of the module for the clamping decisions, and the height decisions for the to allow the gap between the sheet and the module. So these variabilities are there in different makes of the modules and different sizes of the module. And mounting hole locations in a frame, whether it is for, if it is good for portrait as well as landscape. Junction box locations earlier used to be at one top corner location, but nowadays even at the center in PERT modules, in half cut cell modules, we have the even central locations. And the cable lengths, the positive and negative, the terminals which are coming out nowadays having different cable lengths. The optimization are going up to 300 mm in some panels we have seen. So these variabilities have to be kept in mind, and the module selection has to be done before we proceed with any other design aspect, because these factors will impact the further design. So this is the brief on the module variabilities. Then comes to structures. Structures typically is decided based on the type of mounting surface, whether it is RCC flat or sloped RCC, decked roofs also, which cannot take much of the weight. So lightweight structures or distributed structure we have to design. And then otherwise, the next type is sloped sheet roof, whether it is GI sheet or asbestos sheet, curved sheet roofs, parking roofs of different varieties. So based on this mounting surfaces, we have to decide what kind of structures we have to make. So under that, again, material of construction variability will come, whether it is aluminium extruded sections, galvanized steel structures, it can be painted MS structures, it can be FRP or molded PVC structures are also coming out for the corrosion, different corrosion zones. Then variabilities is again within that, is whether it is a long rail, you are considering a short rail, whether it is a trapezoidal type of mounting, so that clamps will be different. If it is a clip lock sheet structure, the mountings will be different. Then again, the requirement will be whether it is penetrating or not penetrating. When can you puncture the roof, or can you not puncture the roof? Without puncturing, you have to attach, and what kind of arrangements. And again, for the RCC with foundations or with ballast, and what about the waterproofing protections which is already there on the roof? So that consideration. And for the structure, again, module, whether you are using the bolting arrangement of the frames, or if it is frameless modules, whether the clamping arrangement, or even with the framing framed modules, it can be a clamping arrangement, middle clamp and end clamps, and the height of the clamps based on the thickness of the modules. So these variabilities will be there. And number of rows per structure, when you design, whether you are using a 2-row structure or a 3-row structure, based on that, the inter-row spacing design and the layout will come, and the number of ballasts or number of counterweights, this will get defined in that. Then height of the module from the sheet, the gap between the sheet and the module for the air circulation, or in case of flat roof surface, the bottommost portion of the module should have some gap. So these restrictions or the requirements have to be seen. Then with all those things, the structure has to be compliant to the wind speed of that area. So these are the variabilities.
Jayachandra sir, sorry to intervene. We can activate the full screen mode through the view mode. All attendees needs to have this good look of this wonderful presentation.
Just click Control L, sir. Control plus L.
Control L, the full screen mode.
Yes. Has it come?
Perfect. Thank you so much. You may proceed, please.
So this, yes. Now comes the inverters. Inverters purely, I think, basically it is a selection of inverters, or it is the adaptation of the available inverter to our this thing. Even in rooftop, it can be central inverters in case of the capacities are higher or the location allows that, or in most probably it will be string inverters, but central inverters are also used in that. And nowadays there is another scheme coming out, the option coming out is with optimizer. There is an optimizer based inverters. The architecture of the inverter available is with either single MPPT or multiple MPPT, and associated this thing we have to see the AC voltage, because every inverter available as a string inverter may not be usable directly. If the voltage levels are different, then the isolation transformers or the LT to LT transformer we may have to have. So AC voltage is one variable which we have to see. Then the communication part, whether built-in protocols are there, and whether that is compatible with any external data logger or SCADA, if it is to be hooked with the BMS system. So those things have to be looked into while selecting. Capacity, yes, range is available up to 250 kilowatt in the string inverters, but again, based on the AC voltage, we have to select, and the number of MPPT which you require for various inclinations of the roof or to isolate the different strings. And the central inverters, yes, up to 5 megawatt of central inverters are there as a capacity availability. Then cabling part, we have to see whether that inverter accepts the copper cable or aluminum cable further, on the AC side. And sometimes for AC cables, we may require some special connectors in which we have to buy along with the inverters, or that is to be seen, because most of the time the commissioning gets held up on this side. Mounting the inverter, whether it is an indoor rated or outdoor rated, is one thing which becomes critical. Or then based on the site condition, whether it becomes ground mounted or mounted on the ground with the frame, or sometimes even on the sheet itself, on the slant sheet itself, the inverters are mounted, string inverters, or is it wall mounted. Then from frame mounting, so according to that we have to see, and then we have to leave the space around sufficient for the fan and the cooling system to operate, and the accessibility for any opening of the terminals or the SPD and that kind of so this is on the inverters. Lastly, I'll come to the ACDB. I have skipped cables because cables is very general, and then on the AC side, the cables, I think it's a general electrical item which is not very specific, apart from voltage and rating and the external composition of the sheathing. It is a general electrical item. So ACDB and LT panel is again another critical item. If it is a small system, it is called ACDB. Otherwise, if it is a little bigger system, then it is called LT panel. Both mean same. Mounting location, again, whether you have spacing ground or roof mounted or wall mounted. Again, IP rating of that, outdoor or indoor. Cable entry, we have to see whether it is bottom or top or side, which kind of entry for the bus bar chamber. And the components of construction variability which is available. Component ratings, the voltage ratings based on the AC voltage of the inverter, amperage, and the temperature ratings based on the location in the region where you are putting, what should be the component rating should be withstand. MOC of bus bar, many times we get messed up here on whether it is aluminum bus bar or copper bus bar and customer expectations of that. Then short circuit rating, how much kiloamps per and how much second, that also defines some of the component rating, and specific type test approval for that kind of short circuit thing. Spare feeder requirements, it is customer driven or system driven, where the location where you are putting up. Then special features, whether indicators, displays, controls, watt meters or MFM meters, many other things, or auto ACB operators kind of things, and then RPRs for reverse power kind of thing. Then the main thing in the design part will be bus bar spacing, where number of cable and end terminations. And many time I have seen the mess up over here, getting heated up or touching, and then finally at on-site correction of the LT panel, killing the whole project sense. And access for maintenance, and then lockout and tagout provisions. So these are the critical components which I feel in the rooftop is very critical.